guys, second day at Niseko. After a great start, ran into the convenience store to have water. Got this Sapporo Soft. It is actually 20% alcohol.
Now I'm gonna get. We're running away from the police.
Now we're running away from
because I'm drink driving.
Now we're gonna go see the rest of the listing today, and then update you guys with the rest of the information later. Yeah. Sober.
The other negative was the house, for example, and how for us it's not. We're filming all of this.
Oh, so I think maybe someone started.
You want your head then? Okay. 3.
Hi guys. Now Hi guys, so today we're at day 2 and we actually met up with another agent today to show us around. Today we actually had quite a few listings to look at. We spent about 2 to 3 hours with him actually. We started around midday at 1 p.m. We wrapped things up at around 3:30-ish. This agent here was very different from the one yesterday. He's British, first of all, so he did give us a lot of insight as a foreigner living here, and he's been living here for the past 9 years. So he did give us a lot of constructive feedback as a person living here and as the real estate agent selling to both locals and foreigners. I thought he was quite honest in his feedback, sure, and in what he thought the value are supposed to be for each of the properties. And he even told us what the locals would aim for, and the foreigners as well, some of the procedures that we had to go through. So I really liked him, actually. He wasn't really there for the money.
Yeah, he respected us. It felt more genuine, and it felt like he was doing this more for his pleasure than just racking it in. So today we went to a couple of sites that he actually lined up for us. We arrived late because Judy here had a lot of calls to take, busy lady, and anyways, he was very nice to push everything back, accept us to be a little bit late, and push back his other appointments. So we started off at some areas in Niseko town. He didn't really sell it well. He knew he didn't sell it well.
He knew it wasn't a good one.
Yeah, but he still wanted to show us, just in case that I don't know, he just wanted to throw the stone in the dark. Although he showed us some good spots, it seemed more so like it was good for what he does. So I think he focuses a lot on people who come here to invest, sit on the land, and sell it off in a couple of years. We have a different tactic here. We have a different industry that we want to get into, and we don't want to just have land sitting and then one day sell it. Although we could potentially do that one day, but not right now. So yeah, he showed us really nice lands around Kondo area. It's right beside Niseko town. Super cool, secluded kind of neighborhood. You feel like you're in the forest, yet you have all these little cabins and everything. It's very quiet, very Twilight. And I just say that because Judy loves the movie so much. And so he showed us the land, but they were also quite small, and although they were not so expensive, it seemed like it was a good investment, but just not for us. So originally we actually had searched on some websites, local Japanese websites. So one of them is called At Home, and in there I searched everything. So I found these sites that we asked for some agents. Some agents weren't able to represent us or show us the land. So he was the only one who's able to do that. So some of the agents are able to connect each other. Some they offer different percentages within each other. I think that is case by case. Anyways, we just wanted to see the land, and it was really beautiful. It was um, it was really beautiful that this type of land that we had seen where it seemed like we were going up further and further in the neighborhood, and it was just more and more and more secluded, and then you're basically in the forest, and it's just a very big wide opening, and the time of the day it was just so sunny, and it just seemed like a beautiful skyline of trees. When I saw it, I actually felt like it was really nice. It gave me a really warm feeling. I could see us potentially putting whether a cabin or pod homes or glamping domes there. It just looked like it had a good feeling. Very warm, very inviting. And then the last one he showed us, or the second last one he showed us actually, was a house that opened in the market, really cheap price, 18 million yen, with the land. The house is already built, but it was in a neighborhood. It had two houses next to each other, one in the back and also one in the front. And it gives you the feeling like you're just you're living in the area like a local. It doesn't have this exclusive feeling, in touch with nature. You're very close to the nature regardless, but it doesn't give you that feeling. It just feel like you're just part of the local. So the experience for our clients will not be really um, exclusive. It wouldn't be interesting. It wouldn't be niche. So that was something that I don't know. I feel like for us, we're not seeking for having also a house, just leaving it there and renting it out Airbnb throughout the winter. Again, we want to have a really beautiful experience for customers. And then the last part of the land that he showed us was in Kyogoku area, and it was right beside the river. Beautiful. You had an amazing view of Mount Yote. Um, but the problem was there was just a road. You could hear everything.
And the community center, right?
And a community center, yeah, which seemed like to obstruct the actual land space. I would say though one of the realizations today, for sure, is that everything looks bigger on the map. When you go to the places, you're like, oh, 1,000 square meters. That's it. It feels really small. So, yeah, depending on your project, depending on the size, um, it's a completely different experience seeing it on the cameras than seeing it in real life. Everything looks a little bit, looks a whole lot more cramped. Yeah. So yeah, how did you feel about site?
I felt great. Thanks for asking. No, I did feel great. I think a lot of the negatives that you
Was
mentioned,
that a good segue?
yeah, sure. We're still practicing. So yeah, I felt the same. But I think a lot of the bonus points went for the weather, because today it was just beautiful. I mean, the sunlight hitting on all the trees, and I think it just gave that inviting feeling. And that land that you spoke about, where you felt like it was possible, I also was able to envision everything there. I think that was the only one that I was able to. But again, probably also thanks to the weather. Yeah, so I think summer here is really, really nice. No wonder people want to come here still for summer. Just overall, when we were going around towns today, it was basically dead. I think it was pretty much dead. But
Mhm.
we are here at the end of June, and we were told that the actual summer season starts in July until August, and the actual busy days will still be Japan's public holidays. Usually, the other tourists would come from maybe Tokyo or other parts of Japan where it's just too hot to be around. At this point, there are still some tourists coming from Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. So there's still some people around, but it's still not going to be as busy in comparison to the time in winter season. Evidently, because even when we're trying to go around to get food, nobody was open. No business was open, and you can see the demand was just super low. Even the businesses that were stated as open on Google Maps, they were not open at all. They don't need the money. I just think that the demand's not there. People are not here, so they don't bother opening until it's actually busy during winter season. So it's quite chill now.
Yeah, it was quite chill, and we ended up buying a lot of snacks from the 7-Eleven to try out different things, which we'll show you, I guess, later. And yeah, I guess for the rest of the week, or for tomorrow, we don't have any arrangements with any appointments, so we're gonna just be focusing on our work, which is obviously still a lot of paperwork, a lot of contacts to reach out to construction companies, environmentalists, the government, the grants, and also research, market analysis. One thing that I have figured out, or I haven't figured out, is that the AI cannot actually do any market analysis for you, because a lot of these websites, the accommodations are actually very private, and they usually don't show their pricing on the websites. You have to go by yourself and contact each one of them to try and get a quotation for pretending to stay there on December or in August, and yeah, and get a quote from there, and that's how we actually have to go do our market analysis one by one. Yeah, so yeah, I guess tomorrow is a lot of computer work, which is it's okay. We get to stay in and use our brains. Yeah.
As if we haven't already. But a lot of calls, a lot of emailing, a lot of online research where we can, and then getting ready for the meetings that we have set up for the rest of the week with some contractors from the construction companies. And also we have one more day pending with another local real estate agent who's going to show us around more. So we will continue to document rest of the journey.
Yeah, it's a lot. Actually, there's a lot to do here. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to eat. There's a lot to discover. We also found a new magazine which has a lot of opportunities, a lot of things to opportunities, adventures.
Yes. Okay, so we'll continue documenting everything throughout the week and then keep you guys posted. Okay, stay tuned.
Bye bye.